you gain 2 more spell slots.
Yeah.
Quick question. Does anyone know what the max amount of dex bonus given to AC with studded leather armor is? Is it 3? Because if it
5.
is 5,
No,
okay.
5.
Oh, there is no
It's
max,
leather.
I think.
There's no cap.
There is no
you
max.
can
there is.
only
Yeah, light
okay.
armor is no max.
Okay, cool. So that's
What?
like the other ones then. Okay.
Yeah, no, studded has no cap.
It's,
Yeah,
it's 12
if
plus
you had
10.
1,000 decks, then you'd
Okay.
have.
I don't play a lot of light
armor.
armor classes. I mostly play tanky boys.
Having over +5 in a proficiency is doable in this camp.
Dope.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep my studded leather armor then.
So anyway, we're technically live. But,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
hi,
Odyssey.
Chad.
Oh, we have been for like a minute.
okay. Oh, this is Odyssey of the Dragonlord. Oh, Jay, come on. Break it down for us.
Subscribe to Twitch Prime. This is Odyssey of the Dragonlord. Go ahead.
Perfect.
Let's fucking go.
All right. I'll actually... Well, yeah, fuck it. Let's start. The future of Thylia looks grim. Monsters menace the road. Corruption threatens the city. The storm god Sidon demands daily sacrifices at every temple, and his sister wife Lutheria kidnaps children for her secret ritual. The 5 gods who once protected the settlers are silent. And now the Oracle has prophesied the doom of Thylia, the death of the gods, and the destruction of Mitros, and the total annihilation of the mortal. You are one of a group of warriors who have been summoned to the Heartlands in an attempt to avert this coming catastrophe. You each have your own reasons for answering the call, but rumors of your coming have already spread across the land.
Oh, big ol' info dump.
Yeah, big info dump. And we're still not done. The Sour Vintage is a traditional country inn located at a crossroads about 20 miles east of the city of Astoria. The exterior is rustic, wood-painted black, and the sign hanging from the door depicts a woman carrying a basket full of grapes. Inside the tavern, a haze of pleasant tobacco smoke lingers in the air. You hear the clinking of mugs, the muttering of patrons, most of whom are farmers. You have been summoned here by a woman named Kyra, who wants to hire you for a difficult task. She has promised a sizable reward and more information about the prophecy. You guys all enter at your own time. This is when you guys can kind of
What was
talk
her
about
name again?
yourself. Kyra.
Kyra.
So you guys, I just want to make sure everyone has access to their tokens, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Robbie, you need to import your D&D Beyond.
Can I think why my health bar is like partly purple?
Do you have
It's
temp
like
HP?
10 HP.
I do not have temp HP.
I haven't done that.
This is
Don't
temp
worry, you
HP.
You don't have temp HP anymore.
Oh.
Also, Robbie's dead, so that's awkward.
But
Yeah, Robbie is
Golden
dead.
character.
I'm sitting down at a tavern, and I see a corpse walk in.
But yeah, if you guys want to just go, just kind of explain your character.
I would probably walk in and I'm quite large. I'm like 6'4". Do any of you guys know basketball players at all?
Tiny
Dude,
a little bit.
you're talking
Yeah,
to a
they're-
bunch of nerds, really?
That's fair. There's a guy named Zion Williamson. I picture my character is built a lot like him. He's literally built like a brick shithouse. Yeah, I would walk up to the bar. I'll let other people do intros before we continue.
I called him Cypress, so you probably should change your name, Cyrus. As you're walking, though, for everyone who's in the bar, you actually hear him walking along the wood, kind of splintering the wood with how massive he is.
Yo, dang. I didn't realize I was that big, but alright.
Next person.
I figure I was probably just chilling, drinking somewhere. I don't need to walk in.
Okay.
I'm a bird. I don't know if we're doing physical descriptions yet, or like
Yeah,
in depth,
dude,
but-
you can do it.
Yeah. I'm a siren. No, siren. Is that what it's fucking called? Yeah, siren.
That is what it's
I couldn't find a fucking male one for any art, like literally anywhere, except for the Magic the Gathering one. So I kind of took that, but yeah, all the art that I found was female. But anyway, I'm a male siren. Let's see. I'm about a little short, 5'8", very light, 170, and yeah, just kind of sit there, unassuming. Just not like trying to be small or like hide myself away, but like, you know, just minding my own. Oh, I guess like color and shit. I have black feathers, and then tan skin, green eyes, black hair.
Oh, I didn't do a physical description other than the fact that I'm jacked as
You
shit.
said brick shithouse. I mean,
Yeah, so I'm
I
very
assume
large.
like the brick is red and then the mortar's like white.
Um,
Big door on the front. That's the
yeah,
door.
exactly.
It's kind
And
of like
then
half
shit
on the
coming out
edges.
the back.
Yeah.
So I have. You'll notice the thing about me as well is I have a crap ton of weapons just kind of strapped all over me. I have 3 spears attached to my back, like a sword at my hip, also a sword over my back, and then a shield as well. Um, and then
Kyras, Doradas.
yeah, so a Dorada, a coppice, a regular scimitar as well, and then a bow, and then my shield all kind of strapped onto me. And I move while I am large, I do move quite dexterously as well. It looks like there are people who are like really big and large and like they can move kind of like awkwardly. You don't see any of that with me. And then I also have at my hip, I have one of like kind of like the classical Greek helmets, like the mask that comes over with the slit and the 2 eyes, and then the whatever the shit this is that goes down, and it's hanging in my belt, and then underneath is just like a buzz cut head, with like blonde hair.
All right. We have 2 others.
All right, yeah, I'll walk in. My guy is Damocles. He is pretty scrawny with short black hair and some stubbly black beard. He is covered in weapons as well. He's got a Dorada, Xiphus, Scale Mail, big bronze shield, and he has a very large sack strewn across his back that rattles with every step he takes, filled with metal things. I'll walk in.
We have one last person.
Sorry, I was trying to fill in my stuff, and apparently I forgot to write down my appearance. So here we go. Name is Robbie. Got dark hair, dark eyes. Got a loop strapped on my back. Not super heavily armored or anything, or even armored. But I have some, some like leathers and whatnot. And my clothes looks a little weird.
Weird how?
Not quite fitting in with everybody else's clothes.
Gotcha.
So as you are walking in, or Orin, you've been here for a little bit. You've heard a beautiful dark-haired lady up on stage. She's been talking about Pythor and the 4 sisters, which was actually 3 sisters and 1 brother, as well as the things that they were doing together. It was very interesting. Doesn't normally follow what you all know for the story. But she does notice every single one of you as you walk in or as you've been here. And have been talking about this. After she sees Robbie, the last one, come in, she actually goes over to a table and starts calling you over. She basically grabs you, Damocles, and Cyrus. You really should switch the token name eventually. And Orin, and beckons you over to a table in the corner. You follow?
I will join her.
How do I change it on there? Because all of my shit says Cyrus.
It should be on prototype token.
I did that.
Yeah,
I'll quickly check though. Yeah. Update token? That work? Yeah, there you go.
Greetings. As everyone kind of gets over to the table and slowly walks, she has beers already actually staged here, ale for you all.
I grabbed one
already
and
ready at the
instantly down
table.
it.
She says, "Greetings, I'm Kyra. Thank you for answering my summons. I will be direct. I am here as an agent of the Oracle. She believes that great destinies await you all, but great destinies are forged by great deeds. A terrifying giant boar has been laying waste to the Heartlands, slaughtering everything in its path. This boar was corrupted by the Titans and sent to punish the mortals of Thylia for their continued faith in the 5 gods. Many have attempted to hunt the boars. All have failed. If you wish to win fame and fortune as great hunters, then you should prove to the people of Thylia that you can kill this boar and be part of the Oracle's prophecy, as well as sacrificing the boar once you have done it to the greater gods.
Hunters, I'm a fighter. I will just kill it.
Well,
She
it's just a
says-
boar. How hard could it be?
The boar has already killed 25 or 30 hunters around this area and has already destroyed one small little town.
They're
It is a
weak.
very large boar. She looks you up and down. Yes, you seem like one of Pythor's children. We've seen them all around here.
I have a question for you. Do I know that I am one
Yes.
of Pythor's kids?
Yes, you do.
Well, I can't speak for my siblings, but they don't necessarily have my gifts, and I just kind of like just keep drinking my beverage.
She looks around and I remember you, Robbie. I've heard you, the Fae, the Satyrs, talk about you. You're pretty popular with the Fae creatures.
I get around.
I bet you do, and I just kind of like elbow you.
I probably go sliding halfway across the room.
Oh, Damocles, tutor of Pythor, or a tutor of Vulcan.
Oh yeah.
Heard. Are you going to use the skills that he taught you to help take down this boar?
Well, I suppose. Shouldn't take very much to kill a boar. Don't want to show off everything too soon.
Strange to see a siren's call, but did come. You were beckoned. I have a hard time remembering your name, even.
I'm called Orin.
Well, if you were invited, then you must be someone of great power, in some form or fashion.
Look at you. Great power, you're tiny. How can one so small be of great power? You can't even slay this beer, this ale. I'm gonna kind of reach for the ale that's sitting in front of Orin.
I mean, I was nursing it, but it's fine.
I'm just gonna slam it. Ha! That is how we drink here.
All right.
Well, it's. I will let you get to drinking some more. I've rented you a room at the inn for each one of you, so you have 4 rooms, and then it seems like we're all in agreement. Tomorrow, we should go boar hunting. I will be accompanying you with 2 other hunters, so we can help track down this elusive creature. But let me get some more ale, and you can talk amongst yourselves. If you do have any questions for me, I'm right here to answer them. She'll get up and order some more ale from the bartender. This is where you guys can talk amongst yourselves. You've all been... Everyone here has been privy to rumors, so to speak, from all of the other ones.
I'm just gonna look at Orin and be like, I'm sorry, I was just playing. I can be a little boastful at times.
It's fine.
She is right. If you are here, you must be good, right? I've heard some things about you. In fact, I heard that you flew for 8 hours straight. Is that correct? I don't think I could do anything for 8 hours straight. I would just get bored.
No, that's tomorrow.
I don't understand your fancy words.
I can't fly right now, but when I'm in a good mood, I can. So that was a good day.
Your flight is mood dependent? That's not something I've ever heard before.
See,
The only thing that affects my mood is whether or not I'm gonna punch someone.
it's a thing with my kind.
You know, Orin, you seem quite meek for a leader of your community. Are you entirely sure you were a leader?
Well, as I was saying, my kind are not as emotionally stable as some other races, and what you are seeing now isn't always how I am.
Well, I should hope so. You don't sound like much of a boar hunter.
Is
How much would we know of like the other races? Like, would we be aware that sirens kind of have like more or less like bipolar?
You can actually for this one roll a history check.
Oh, Jesus
Again,
Christ.
sirens are more out. There's a lot of monster races and human races, Bylea, and sometimes they don't intermingle as much. You know that I would say with even just your basic knowledge that sirens really are moody. That's the best way. You don't know why, but they're moody. The 11, I would say you know that exact same knowledge, nothing else.
I've heard you're just kind of moody. Is there something that we can do to help you? Do you want? I can replace the beer I drank. We could get you a woman. We could get you a man. We could get you an animal. And I'm gonna look at Robbie and be like, I've heard somebody likes animals.
Oh.
I mean, like dogs and cats and stuff. Yeah, I mean they're great companions.
I'm gonna go back to the bar and get us more beverages.
As you're going to the bar, you do see a pretty big lady, not as big as you, and she's serving out ale to everyone, and she says, "Are you one of the heroes?"
You speak to one of, I already forgot, one of Pythor's sons. Yes, I would call myself a hero.
There's probably one more in this bar that you don't even know about.
Really? I'm gonna turn around and shout, like, who here else is a child of Pythor?
You see like 6 people raise their hand.
That's not surprising. Cheers! And I'm gonna take the drinks back to the table.
while he's up getting his drinks, I'm just
Getting
kind
it
of
for
like,
everybody.
yeah, I'll lean in to the other two that are at the table. I heard he killed a hydra
A hydra? Now that's
With-
impressive.
with one swing of his sword. You think it's true?
Maybe a baby hydra.
Is there a baby hydra?
I don't know.
I mean, surely they're not always that big.
I also heard he once
Heal?
blew up a market. We should be wary of that one.
Was it a hydra market? Because that would explain why.
It may have been on the waterfront, yes. I'm not entirely sure.
I feel like it would be important to know whether he killed it by beheading all of the heads at once or like stabbing it through the heart or something.
Would I come back at this point in time as Robbie says this?
Yeah, we'll say yeah. We'll say yeah.
As you say that, I'm gonna sit down with the beers. I cut off all 3 heads with one swing. It was a very large sword.
Mm-hmm. That would do it.
Very large sword. Only I, a son of Pythor, would be able to wield this, and I guess 6 other individuals in this bar.
As you are saying that, you'll see 3 hunters coming in through the front door, basically on death's door, each of them saying, "We were not able to get the boar. It got us. We've lost one of our own. It took it in its mouth and was chewing on it as it was taking it back to its lair."
That doesn't sound like a regular boar, then.
Compared to like my stature, how big are these people?
The hunters, significantly smaller. They're probably closer to Robbie and Damocles' size. Not as small as Orin, but you know, like around there.
I'm gonna say to the group, not trying to be quiet about it or anything. Well, they shouldn't have gone after it. Look at them; they're so small.
Kyra steps up. Yes, a man like your size, as she's grabbing your shoulder, should definitely be able to take on the boar.
I'm gonna flex where she grabs me.
Give me a performance check on your flex.
Ooh!
I look at the group that he called small, and then look at myself and just like bristle my feathers, and then get a little smaller.
As you know, he's getting a little bit smaller. You see Cyrus just kind of flex, and like you guys think maybe for a second, like his skin turns like a little bronzy. Like it's kind of crazy how his body's looking. And like for some odd reason, his shirt actually just completely ripped off when he was doing it too.
Oh, these damn shirts! I need to get a better tailor.
She's like, yes, I could. Maybe I could just count on you.
No.
I've heard of the other exploits from you, Robbie. As she kind of winks at you, and I've seen some of the creations that you've made with Vulcan, but she grabs your shoulders again. I think this one could probably take it by himself.
Shall we see if you can?
I would be perfectly happy just standing in the background.
No.
I'll provide emotional support. I believe in you.
If there's one thing I've learned in my times on a battlefield, a shield wall requires more than one person. Even if that person is as large as me. I can only be one part of a wall.
Have you considered a larger shield?
I'm gonna quietly sit there for a second. Just like internalizing what you just said. Just like,
I could get a larger shield. Could I carry it? And would it be effective?
Yeah, exactly. When I'm done, I'm gonna pick up like my fork, and I'm gonna poke Damocles.
Ow.
Sorry.
What was that for?
Sorry. I've heard that you're a construct. Is this true? That you're not actually
I
alive?
really can't say. Although I am building myself a brother.
Oh. I have this fun game. So you lay out your hands, and I'm gonna like lay out my hands like fingers spread on the table. If you do the same,
I will tentatively do so.
and I'm gonna stab my fork through his
I
hand.
know
No,
where
I'm
you're
joking.
going with that.
I'm joking. I don't do that. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's it's all right. This is more of a game for actually, you know what? Fine, very well. And I kind of start stabbing in between my fingers.
Okay.
It's a fork, so it's not a knife.
What's your strength?
17.
Okay. You know what? Just roll me a D100.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
As
Have you
soon
guys
as
seen
he
the movie-
starts, I'm gonna flip a dagger onto the table.
Okay.
Flip a dagger?
Yeah, like out of my pocket, I just like flip it, and it like sticks into the table.
Oh shit!
You're able to do that, but you see the dagger.
I stare at Ornan.
What?
Is this your dagger?
Yeah.
What? I was doing this with a fork because it's fun. This seems more like a betting game.
Knives are more fun.
Shall we say? Is currency in this game just kind of standard D&D currency?
Currency is literally standard in every single.
Fair enough. What do you say? Silver piece on who can go the fastest?
I don't have any silver.
Copper? I don't really like playing for coppers, but
I don't have any copper.
Jesus. Does anyone want to front?
Kyra goes in your ear and she says, "Why don't you just show your awesomeness?" She's kind of like breathing.
To who?
You. Just show us your skills.
Oh yeah, I fucking do it. Yeah, you're right. I am awesome. I assume another D100.
This is 2 D100s. You have disadvantage on it.
Wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So 34.
All right, roll a D4.
Jeez. Oh, I don't have any of my macros set up on this one. Roll D4.
You actually pierce kind of the side of your finger a little bit by going one too close.
Ah, that tickled.
Does he bleed a little bit?
Yeah, he bleeds.
Is it red?
It's red.
Okay, just checking.
I take my knife back. And I'm gonna try and do something discreetly. I'll message you.
Okay. She'll say, well, I guess you thought you were. She'll start walking over to the table and looking at Damocles. Maybe you should play. This is interesting.
I would, but I have many tiny parts I wouldn't want to get harmed.
Okay. Everyone roll a perception check.
Oh, wouldn't it be passive? Unless they're actively...
Oh,
Perception.
true. What's everyone's passive perception?
I don't fucking
like
see it.
14.
10.
Okay.
Yeah, we're level 1s. We don't really have much yet.
Kyra kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, you're an interesting one."
No, I'm not. And I resheath the blade.
She says, "I will get
Keep
you a few
rolling.
more ales if you have anything to talk about. If not, we can go upstairs. I'll be sleeping in my own room, but I've ordered one for each of one of you. Then tomorrow, early in the morning, Tanius and Javin should be helping us scout for the board. So you guys can talk a little bit more if you want." She leaves. She does keep ordering you ale, though, so if you guys do want to stay, you do have more ale.
I probably drank pretty heavily into the night. Not like excessive because I know we're going somewhere, but like a rowdy amount and hang out with people and swap stories with people because I have. So my background is rustic hospitality, so I mingle and
Okay.
trade stories.
Are you guys gonna talk as a group anymore?
I'd like to.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, somebody asked me a question earlier, and then somebody else just trod all over right as I was about to speak. So, sorry. It's all fine.
Being so meek.
I'm sorry. I fucking rolled, and it said that I was depressed today. So
Yeah.
deal with it till a short rest, motherfucker.
I'm a demigod. I feel like I need to be an asshole.
Probably.
Just very full of myself.
Yeah, I mean, I completely... I made my character, and then I read the racial benefits of Siren, and I was like, oh, motherfucker. You gotta be depressed, like, half the time. That
And
sucks.
by benefits.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can do some crazy shit while I'm depressed, but I just can't fly, which is obnoxious. And I have to be depressed. Anyway, so Orin kind of pulls a small fish out of his pack and just starts nibbling on it raw and says, "How have you met many of my kind?"
You're the first.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Did you want like some seaweed and some rice to go with that?
I've heard of that.
No,
Sounds delicious.
I'm okay.
Can I have a bite?
No one knows what rice is.
You get the tail end of the fish.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's basically it's just a really small fish.
Oh, okay. It's like a sardine.
I don't know
Sardines
the
are like-
size of a sardine.
They're like sardines are like this big. If
a
you
little
get a
bit
big
bigger
one.
than that. Not quite as big as a minnow, I think, is the.
Okay.
Orin would use them for bait for larger fish if he was looking for them, but yeah, he's just hungry. So,
Ooh.
no female of my kind then.
No.
Okay.
I would assume I probably have.
Let's roll a d100.
Okay.
You have.
Yeah, I've heard of the females of your kind.
Heard of them. Not seen them?
Seen, maybe met one or two.
What was her name?
I don't know. What would their name be?
I start like leaning in closer to Robbie. Name?
I'll roll on a random table. I don't mind.
Two. Give me. Oh my god! I'll get a name. Random name A.
Nice.
I have to go. Hold on. The Amazon. Siren.
Did you say something about Amazon?
Are you looking for the default ones in the book? Because there's Elevaria,
Gaia.
Celia,
Gaia.
I'm like
Sorry.
almost like nose to nose with you, leaned over the table.
I'll lean the rest of the way to the nose actually like touches. Gaia.
No.
I'm gonna lean over to Damocles. That was kind of hot.
I agree. Maybe we should just watch.
Or just gets noticeably like deflates a little bit and just leans back. Starts nursing his drink a little bit more.
Mean
Light
anything to
bearded
you?
Damocles.
It's a common name, but it's not the one I'm looking for.
What is the one you're looking for?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I mean, you brought it up.
Tell us. Maybe one of us might know.
Arena?
Highly doubtful.
What was that?
Arena?
Do I know an Irina?
Arena.
It may be in your sexual conquest that you are not sure of, then possibly.
How do you spell that, Jay?
Orena.
Oh, so
So
literally
it's
your name
basically
with
the-
an
Your
A.
name with an A.
Sirens are not very original with their names.
Oh my god, I just saw that boar picture. Yes, you could do that with this boar.
I very much want to. Like that is my goal for this session.
I totally don't see that going badly.
It's gonna happen. I will do it.
Well, after a few more drinks, I'd probably head upstairs for the night. Wait for.
Oh, I would let you know that when they were like leaning together, they were probably, other than Kyra, the most handsome people in the room. It was really, there was some tension there.
I do tend to inspire tension.
And one other thing, the way Robbie talks is different than how you guys talk too.
And I am quite beautiful.
I wasn't going to say it, but
Birds of a feather, you two.
Okay, Damocles is walking away. Do you guys have anything else before we get to Black?
No, like I said,
Um,
I would just be hanging out in the bar until relatively late, but not getting slammered.
I go upstairs, perch on the bookshelf, and go to sleep.
Enough.
as one does. Are the hunters still in the general vicinity?
The hunters they're kind of tending their wounds right now.
Kind of wander over to them and just kind of like, so just how big of a boar are we talking here?
Ugh. He points to one of the tables, one of these tables right here. As big as the table, if not larger. Maybe two of them. I got my spear stuck in his back, though. And it still kept running on. Oh, 2 tables high.
Mm.
It wasn't a small boar. This is massive. It has its own feeling about. It's like, I don't know. It's like a legendary animal or something.
I would like to go buy the hunters drinks and get them some drinks and kind of help Robbie pry them for information. Like, is the boar just a very large boar, or is there anything we should know about it? We're going after it tomorrow, so is it just like a very, very big boar? Is it perchance like a mechanical boar, or is it does it have flames coming out of its eyes?
Oh, it's a boar, but it's a massive boar.
It's a big fucking boar. Okay.
It's a big fucking boar, and I don't know if it has any. If it's definitely different than a regular boar. I could take a regular boar down by myself, but a boar that is 3, 4 of those tables big and wide, I could not.
Or boar?
4 boar.
Did it seem like it was healing after you stabbed it or anything fun like that?
All I know is Cyrus, not Cyrus. Terrible.
That's me.
Yeah.
What did I do?
I'm trying to.
He's got a bit of the prophecy about him too. He's foreseeing your encounter tomorrow.
Yes. I foresee you getting stabbed, but it's fine. The boar, I don't think it was just healing. Not after we stabbed it. It did kill one of our comrades, though. With immense speed.
Okay, fast, strong. Doesn't
Big.
heal after being stabbed, so that's a plus. 3 out of 4 is not too terrifying.
Its hide was very hard too. This was like hitting metal.
Well, I don't particularly plan on getting up close to stab it, so...
Oh,
I'll
don't worry.
take
If
your
you
word for
did,
that.
you'd be dead.
Well, I bid you, Robbie, good night. I need to go sharpen my swords.
Probably be wise. I do have weapons.
All right. Does anyone want to do it, or we fade black?
I have something I want to do, but I'm gonna message you.
Y'all have a pleasant sleep. The rooms aren't the worst. Is it something that might happen tonight, Robbie?
Possibly.
Okay, yeah. Some.
Also, you keep cutting out just a little bit.
Let me move my camera closer to my face. Turn on my sensitivity. All right. I am just waiting on Robbie's thingy, but before closing it down. All right, that sounds good. As you three are sleeping, Robbie, you do find Kyra's room. It isn't that hard. She got the biggest room out of the whole inn. You're about to knock on the door when she already opens the door up.
Oh. Cool.
I heard you coming. You weren't the quietest one, that's for sure.
Well, I wasn't trying to be stealthy.
Oh yes. I've heard of your exploits with many about.
Would you care for some first-hand knowledge?
Oh, I don't think you're man enough to handle me right now. Maybe if I can see you kill the boar, I might give second thought to it. See if she kind of grabs where like your muscle would be, like she was doing with Cyrus, and she's like, "You are much smaller and a lot weaker than the other one that's with you."
It's not all about the strength.
Oh,
How you use it.
Exactly.
She's like, well, let's see if you can spin me a great tale, and we can talk about this later.
All right. I will write something for you.
All right. And she closes the door. She winks at you and closes the door.
All right. And I will head off to bed.
You guys need to take a pee break right now?
Not yet.
All
Yeah,
right,
if
we're going to keep
if you-
going.
Could say if you need a second to do something. But
No, I'm good. Because the next part's going to be long, but fine, we're good. Let's go for it. All right. The next day, you guys fall asleep. You have a good rest. Make sure all your spells are what they're supposed to be and everything like that. Jay, I am allowing you as a sorcerer. You can switch one of your spells daily.
I got one spell slot. I'm not worried about it. Man, which one spell do I want to use today? Whoo, boy!
You guys hear roosters cawing, and you see light shining through the windows that you have as you make your way down. You see Kyra wearing a nicer travel dress, as well as two hunters with her. She says, "Do I have two? Do I have the hunters on here? Yes, I do. Let's go, Kyra. There's one. There's two. And did I put the names on? Yes, I did. She says, Teneus and Javon will help us track down the boar. Anyone else who wants to help can definitely be of assistance, but these two strapping young men can probably do it.
What was the second name? Javon?
Javon.
What was the first one?
Yes.
Peneus?
S?
Teneus.
Tenaeus.
Teneus.
You gotta up your sensitivity.
Oh, even more.
That doesn't mean volume, it just means sensitivity.
Yeah.
Last
Okay.
time you did volume, I literally had to turn you down 70% on Discord. You were blowing out my ears.
Ooh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to prepare, do anything like that before we head out? She says, this is our last chance. If we don't find the boar, I did rent the room for 2 more days, so... But if you are the heroes of prophecy, then you should be able to find the boar on your first day.
Well, of course.
No pressure.
Fine hunters such as you.
The two hunters look at each other. We'll get you to the boar, don't worry.
Well, lead the way.
Did anyone want to do anything else before we leave the inn?
Yep. I'm good.
Good.
Okay. All right. Who wants to roll? A D20.
I'll do it. I don't get to do it in rain.
Fair.
15.
What are you talking about? You rolled the most dice in rain.
I meant for, like, in random encounters, which I'm assuming this is.
Never assume with Jason. Never assume.
No, always assume a Jason, because he's probably gonna just murder you.
I don't murder everyone
That's
all
fair.
the time.
He
If
might.
you guys see intellect devourers, just fucking run, dude.
They might have action surge.
Action
They might
surge,
have-
and they ignore protection from good and evil.
Okay.
Evil good.
Let's see.
Mm. That's right. Always feels
Evil
weird
good.
saying it that way.
I know.
I always type it correctly, but I always say it backwards. Oh, I forgot to ask you.
Because evil
one
and
thing.
good is wrong.
I know,
I
right?
know.
I forgot to ask you,
It
Jason.
is so wrong.
Spellcasting focus. Did I get one with my character creation? Because there wasn't
Yes.
one in the thing. Okay.
Wow, that was very uneventful. About 6 hours into searching and exploring, the hunters say I think we've caught a track of where we're supposed to go. As you make your way northward into the Heartlands, you pass many ravaged farms and settlements, all attacked by the boar. The rocks and trees along the road have been gouged by its tusk, leaving deep, ragged trenches. Karen crows flock in the fields, picking up the bodies of failed hunters and unfortunate settlers. As you're traveling through this area, you actually do find a little bit of blood guts, and broken weapons in a path. You guys head along there about an hour or two later, and you actually arrive.
Jesus.
Well, that wasn't a subtle transition.
So, as we're approaching, I'm like, guys, I think we found it. I think we found it. We found
Battle
it.
music. Everyone, battle music.
Also, I'm gonna tap myself and mage armor. Just before
wait,
we're
you
in
don't-
combat.
You don't do that in the morning?
Fuck no, it only lasts 8 hours. Knowing Jason, he's gonna be like, alright, cool, and nighttime encounter, you're fucked.
9
Yeah,
hours
I was at 9 hours. If he would have casted it earlier, mage armor would have worn off. I counted up the hours for you guys.
Question.
So Jay did the right thing.
This fucking guy.
Before the encounter hasn't necessarily happened, but Javon and Taneas say we're very close. As you look around, you see the blood, you see broken tree trunks. We have to be quiet. The boar should be. You look ahead and you see a little a cave.
I can't see shit, by the way.
I
Yeah,
can
me
see my
neither.
character, that's it.
Yeah, same.
can see that.
I did vision for everybody.
You might not have put sunlight here or something.
Yeah, you either didn't put light in here or you didn't. Yeah, that's actually the only thing that could be.
I mean, I can see fine, but I have dark vision, so I don't know if that matters.
I do not.
Must be nice.
I also do not.
Must be.
Yeah,
fucking
Oh.
nice.
I figured out why my AC is low.
Why can you not see that? I've updated everyone's tokens, but your token does not seem to be updated. Can you see now? Damocles.
I can see
I've always been able to see.
very
Okay.
little. I can see quite like what has pinged right now. There's just a circle right there. That's all I can see. Okay.
Okay.
This looping volume changing is crazy.
There's a global volume controls at the top.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, like
Okay.
this is what mine looks like right now.
Has vision. You guys should have sight unlimited.
Weird.
Yeah, I
There you
can
go.
see.
Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. Sight unlimited. There we go. This one should fix you.
Oh no, I need to delete that.
Vision.
Oh,
Apologies.
I just read your rumors. Motherfucker.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was in there.
Why do you do this to me?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where's the
Everyone
brain
should
bleached?
have vision except for.
It's called Mountain Dew.
I remember this encounter.
You do remember this encounter.
Up until this point, literally, I was like, I
There
don't know
we
what
go.
the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, everyone should have vision now.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all would be so kind as to add health to your character tokens.
Jason didn't
Please
do
and thank
that?
you.
What a fuck.
Don't.
Mine has it, but it's not showing up.
You have to change your resource to show for everybody.
Always for
Resources.
everyone. If you do it on your prototype token, it should do it for all tokens, but it doesn't because Jason already put our tokens on the map. So you'll have to do
Yes,
this
you have
token.
to do it twice.
You'll have to do this token and then also your prototype token so that anytime he does it in the future and he drags it, you're not just updating the token that's already on the map, but the one that will be in the future.
The hell? Settings, always for everyone, display name. Oh, resources, always for everyone, update token. There we go.
The hunters look at everyone and say, "We can put some traps out. We will need someone's help, though."
I'm not much of a trap man. I prefer a fair fight.
You don't know how. We have three choices. He'll look at everyone and say, "We can do a rope snare out in front. We could, if we have enough time, we can actually dig a pitfall, a spiked pitfall, or we can put a barricade. But we would need someone's help to do it."
I'll quickly pull a net from out from behind my belt where I've got it, and I will fly over to this tree and land on the top of the tree and just hold the net.
I see you're in a better
Okay.
mood.
You fly the. Okay. Let's see. You know what? You can do that without any checks. Yep. You're in a
I'll
tree.
go.
It's
I'll
just
go, like,
movement.
right there.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
I?
You're not wearing heavy armor or anything like that, so I'll allow.
I'm not wearing any armor.
No.
I'll touch Cyrus and give him guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, use this to get the drop on the beat.
I feel very much aware of what's going on with me. Guidance is checks, correct?
Ability checks, including initiative.
I didn't know it included initiative.
Initiative is an ability
Did
check.
it? Yep.
No, fuck yeah, that's rad.
Mhm.
Well, let's just
you
do
guys-
let's do the net ones, and I will distract it, and y'all can stand behind me.
Oh, okay. So no other traps.
Well, if you'd
I
like
don't
to set
think
some
we
traps,
have. I don't think we have time for the pit, but the rope snare could be useful.
rope snare would be very useful. Yes.
We need one other person to help us with the rope snare.
I'll help.
We will do the rope snare right out in front. So, I'll let you know if you get too close that you need to start being quieter. Kyra says, "I'll be back here, just watching."
I'll be trying to be quiet.
Okay.
But, yeah,
roll
I'll
a
come.
stealth check. These two will. They have. Let's make sure they don't.
I'll also
Stealth.
probably get a little bit closer as well.
Okay. You guys seem pretty stealthy as you guys get into position. Robbie, you'd have to be right here.
God
All right.
damn.
Roll
Doesn't
a
seem like a bad spot
wisdom
at all.
survival check.
Oh, I would be sorry. I would be in front of, like, I would be as close to them as possible. Like, I'm trying to be in front of everybody. Like, I'm trying to very much be very much be Brahm. Stand behind Brahm.
Okay, I'll say you can get there. They put it right behind you.
As you pass the tree,
Actually, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Cyrus, you just hear, "Hey,
What?
I'm just holding a net. This is exciting.
It's really exciting.
This is like that one time when I fought. Fuck, was it a lobster or a crab? I can't remember.
You seem in a much better mood today.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. You're the first siren I've met.
A lobster. This is like that time I fought a huge lobster.
Shit, that sounds awesome. I would also like to
was.
stand behind the rope trap. So, like, I assume they're holding the rope out, and there's like two people on either side of it holding it.
They're making like a little snare with the rocks right here, basically. Like they're kind of
okay.
throwing it up and making a snare.
Okay.
Robbie
wanna-
is assisting. If you're gonna do that, yeah, you can stand right there and be fine.
I'm saying I want to be the bait for the traps, is what it is.
Okay.
God,
All
this
right.
is a terrible fucking idea.
You have a
This is
million
really-
AC in health. Who cares?
This is a really interesting way to start the encounter.
You're basically a god. Come on.
Robbie,
Damn
make
me,
a
God.
wisdom check.
Basically a god.
Survival or
You
just
do
straight
get
wisdom?
advantage because the hunters are helping you.
Okay. Well, actually, wisdom and survival are the same thing, so whichever.
Go for it.
Did it roll? It didn't roll.
One second. I gotta get to the boar stat block. I did not put the boar stat block on there. Feels bad.
It has ones in everything, and
I think 16 actually passes though.
Ooh.
Oh my god, where is that boar at? Give me a second. Excuse me.
None of you guys have names on your tokens.
If you hover over me.
Yeah,
I put my
that's,
name on-
that's a good, that's a good point. You might have on the prototype.
I did on the prototype.
So I'm just checking a certain stat block.
yeah,
here.
mine is also hover.
Wonder
It
what stat block
wasn't.
he's checking.
When I was mousing over him.
I think I accidentally put it to owner. That's my bad.
You're good.
Robbie, as you guys are setting this trap up, some rocks slightly fall off the side,
And you die.
but it does not seem to awaken whatever is in the cave. You can hear some snoring now that you guys are closer to the cavern.
We attack while it sleeps?
No, we wake it up and make it well, I don't know. That doesn't seem very daring. I thought
Does
you
anyone
were.
have a bow or something ready? We could
I do.
hit it while sleeping and then lure it on.
Absolutely.
Just magic
Um,
and my net.
I can just shoot it in the eyeball. I'm gonna pull out my longbow.
Okay.
It's entirely flavored, but can it be like a very, very thick boy longbow? So only someone my... Have you seen The Scorpion King, for example?
The
That
oversized
is a
longbow, is that what
weapon
you're
you can
looking
make
for?
later. You cannot have that bow.
Oh, well, okay. Fair enough. This fair. I'm just gonna pull out my longbow and I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna be like, should I shoot it? Should I shoot it?
It's very dark in there. You can barely see anything.
I can't
You
really
could
see
shoot.
it.
You could shoot wildly into it if you'd like, or get closer to the entrance of the cave. Your choice.
Are we done setting the tripwire?
You did set up the rope trap. Yes.
I am backing the heck up.
I'm gonna kind of look around. Does anyone know of a way to get some light in there so I can get a better shot?
Not quietly, no.
All right.
You know what? I'll give you all advantage with you guys talking like this, but I need a stealth check for everyone who's talked.
Oh boy. I'm so glad we have advantage.
You hear some grunting.
I'm just gonna shoot. Fuck it.
Roll initiative.
Sorry, guys.
Guys, by the way, Oren, did you hear my question earlier?
No, I didn't. What was your question?
Oh, was the lobster delicious?
Wait, why is my macro freaking out?
That answer would require a little bit longer of a talk, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll ask again later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So can you put mine to a 7 instead of a 5, please?
Yours is a 7.
Because I had guidance on it as well.
All right, perfect. With that, I'm gonna say the arrow launches during the talking as well. So
Why
it's
is there
basically going.
arrows on the initiative tracker? We can reorder them?
I think he gave us lots of permissions. So.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
trusted, I see. Okay, yeah. That's weird. Okay, my bad.
Why does mine say 24? Mine is not a 24.
Yours is
Yeah,
a
there
7.
you go.
I believe that's how it was.
Yeah, that's how it was.
All right, that actually works out. Cyrus, the arrow goes off. Roll with disadvantage.
12.
You think you hear the arrow strike something?
I think I hit it. Do I have time to take a step back behind?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh. Okay.
You just use your action to fire the arrow.
Fair enough. Our trap's like here, right?
Your trap is like right there.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of position myself like kind of directly behind it, and I'm going to put my longbow away and draw my Dorota and shield.
You can drop your longbow to draw out your sword and shield, but you couldn't put it away.
Without using an action. Okay, so we're playing it that way. Okay.
That's the rules.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just so used to playing with you.
That's how I roll it too.
Is it?
Yep.
Recently, that's not how I used to play.
Yeah, that's not how you used to play.
Okay, well, it's been like 2 years since we did that.
I just know because I've been rewatching those.
Whatever. Yeah, fuck it.
That's
I drop
right.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have any bonus actions I can do. I don't think in character. Sorry. Yeah, I wait.
All right, the boar comes a running.
Ooh.
The boar attacks this hunter right here. Because he hasn't been caught by the trap just yet.
Question: how are you doing diagonals? Is like whatever it measures what it is?
Yes, actually, it should be correct.
Okay.
Should be correct. The hunter gets impaled on the horn. Oh, actually, that was a crit, but how much damage was that?
Would you consider me standing there holding the net like a held action or no?
No,
Alright.
not technically. Oh my
That was
god,
worth a shot to ask.
my PDF is breaking on me. Hold on 1 second.
No, you're
I
good.
gotta go back.
It does that.
Cool, I got like 4
just wanna make
turns.
sure.
I'm gonna go pee. Bear back.
I want to make sure that I do the right amount of
Same.
critical hit damage.
I feel like this combat is going to be long.
And
What do you
hard.
mean? Just
So
go
I
to
asked if
war.
you guys
That
needed
is-
to pee.
Well, you know what? 4 hay yells later, and it's a different story.
Yeah.
Hay yells are hard iced tea.
Oh.
So it is going to be long and hard.
Fuck is the greater boar? Oh, where's that boar at? Control find.
The answer is Kazakhstan.
I hate that a board and boar, use the same words. I should just print this out. I'm printing it out next time. It broke on me again. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Alright, found it. Jesus. Okay. 4D plus something. Yes, the hunter is dead.
Rest
This
in peace,
hunter. And he runs into your guys' trap. Good job.
We did it.
Yeah.
Control Shift 4.
We win.
I'm gonna put that on the paint so it's easier to look at, because I'm gonna break it after I figure out what the trap does. Awesome. You see it getting slowed by the rope snare. It looks like it can't charge to its full potential anymore. But it does move over a little
Hey.
bit more.
Kitty. Hips.
Yeah. The answer was Kazakhstan, by the way.
What was
What?
the question?
Where that boar at?
Oh.
I didn't know if anybody heard that because nobody reacted.
I wasn't here.
I was literally in
And
the middle of peeing, and I just hear, "Where's that boar at?" And I'm just like, "Eh." Very nice.
My
Sorry.
headphones are wired. I cannot do that.
Get wireless.
Nice, yes.
As it slams into the first hunter, weird magic energy surrounds it and expels itself toward you. Everyone roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
7.
Wow. Everyone is able to shrug off. Your mind was starting to get lost in thought. Everyone was able to shrug it off except for Damocles.
Sorry, ignore
Damocles,
that.
you are currently under the confusion condition.
Oh, like the spell?
Yep.
Alright.
That is its turn, though. Taneus is dead. Rip. His body. Yeah, he's technically on the tusk, so Taneus is gone. Damocles.
It's a D10, right?
It is a D10.
2.
2.
Don't move or take actions this time.
You are done with your turn, but you can roll a wisdom saving throw.
I would love to. 21, there we go.
Your mind comes to. Robbie, what would you like to do? Holy crap, Robbie, I didn't see you over in Costa Rica.
He's fucking chilling over there, dude.
Told you I ran away.
You definitely did.
Tactical retreat. Yeah, not run away.
Advancing in the opposite direction.
Exactly. Rapidly.
Yes.
I would like to viciously mock this thing.
Awesome. What is your saving throw?
Oh yeah, we have 2 support classes. That's awesome.
It is a
So
DC 14 wisdom.
What's the second one? Artificer? Sorcerer?
With the spells
It
I took,
se-
because I don't have any spell slots.
It looks at you and snorts. It seems as if the mockery was not vicious enough.
He's bored of your mockery.
That's basically what I said. You may be a bore, but I'm just bored.
Nice.
know.
So do we all get disadvantage now because of that?
I feel like we should.
Javon's turn, unless you're doing something else, Robbie.
I would like to inspire Damocles.
Oh, thank you.
Buns. Alright. Javon's turn next. He is going to attack the boar. He misses. He says, I will avenge you, Taneas. Orin, what would you like to do?
Adjusting my notes real quick. Okay, I'm gonna cast Frostbite, and that's my turn.
Alright, Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Pretty good at these.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. He is snared, right, in with the trap, so not too worried.
Yeah, he is snared with the trap. The frostbite does not seem to affect it, as it just kind of stomps down where you were hitting it.
That's unfortunate. All right, that's all I got.
All right, Cyrus, what would you like to do? You are face to face with the boar.
Yeah, what is the snare condition doing? Is it just movement decrease or is it anything else?
Its movement decrease, and it cannot use the charge ability.
Okay.
So is that
I'm
like
going to
restrained?
restrained, I guess. No,
It's
because
not
then
restrained.
I would have advantage if it was restrained on attacks.
No.
Right?
Gotcha,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to attack it with my Dorota, and I'm also going to make it a attempted trip attack.
Okay.
With my maneuvers. So, basically, I'm spear and boarding it, so it's
Okay.
always going to be one-handed.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
A 12 misses.
It's when I hit, so I don't expend a superiority die. That's cool. Bonus actions, I have none. Reaction, I'm just gonna look at the board and just go. "Ah!"
Nice. I like it. It snorts back at you with it's like the hot air that's coming out of its nose. It's kind of like singeing your facial hair.
That's fine. I guess I end my turn. Oh wait, this one's dead.
Yeah,
This one's alive?
He's on the tusk right now.
This one's alive. Okay, I'm gonna move. Oh shit! No. I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
Yeah, and end my turn.
All right. Oh, the boar's turn. What will the boar do today? Can't charge. You guys did do that. He cannot charge. That's good. He's gonna tusk you. He's gonna tusk you. You yelled at it.
Who?
It's gonna
Me?
yell back at
Hell
you.
yeah!
Oh yeah.
Bring it. Swear to God, if this thing one shots me, I'm gonna be pissed.
It better not.
As long
we're
as
all
it
screwed.
doesn't crit, you'll be fine. I think.
Famous last words.
Wow. That has
You'll
a
be
high
fine.
hit. What's your AC?
18. Wait, hold on. It might be one higher. 18 with the spear, because the spear gives +1 AC when wielding. Yeah, so 18.
You managed to fend it off with your shield at the last moment before it gored you. It does move with the thing in its hand to try to get to you two.
It has hands too.
Well, it does have humans stuck through it, so the human has hands and it's dead, so it's kind of like
No,
part of it now.
instead of hooves, it's just hands.
Just
Wait, so
human
it's-
hands.
It's puppeting that thing?
Fucking nightmare fuel. Jesus Christ.
Guys, no.
Taneus is dead. Damocles, what would you like to do?
Do you do flanking rules? Give us advantage or no?
No, not advantage. You get currently you'd have a +1.
Okay. In that case, I will maneuver around the boar and cast Fairy Fire on the boar.
Nice.
It's gonna be a dex save.
It doesn't seem like the most dexterous boar.
I like that gif, but that's terrifying. Looking at the
It's
board
horrible.
It really.
I don't remember what show that gif is from, too.
Adventure Time.
That's
Adventure
it. Yeah.
The fairy fire actually does affect it for 1 second, but then light surrounds the boar, and the fairy fire dissipates.
Oh, this bitch.
That bastard. Well, nothing for a bonus action, so I will end my turn here.
Is that your way of saying it has legendary resistance?
I may have just said it has legendary resistance.
That's kind of what I thought you just said.
That motherfucker. At level 1.
Yeah, it's not an easy encounter.
This is the campaign that we signed up for, lads. Fuck.
Damocles, you said you were done. Robbie, what would you like to do? You saw that the fairy fire did affect it for a half second, and then it just dissipated.
I don't suppose that half second gave us long enough to do anything about it.
No.
Okay. Worth a
Yeah.
try.
Hey, you burnt a legendary resistance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many
That's-
more can it possibly have?
I'm not gonna. Well,
More than
this
one.
is a campaign that has that does have varying numbers of legendary resistances per creature.
Okay.
So 10, 11. What are we talking?
And it also has action surge, but he's not going to reveal that till turn 3.
It's actually not even a boar, it's an intellect devourer.
There's an intellect devourer in the boar, and it comes out after it dies.
Yeah.
Okay, if that thing's an intellect devourer, when it jumps into somebody's head, their head's just gonna go.
Yeah.
I will again try to viciously mock it.
All right. Again, it kind of sounds like it's laughing at you as you're viciously mocking it.
I'm gonna kind of run over this way a little bit.
You guys got the trap though. I will give you credit. No one's dead yet because of it.
That's good.
And yep, that'll be my turn for now. Oh, and I'll throw a inspiration on Cyrus as well.
Thank you. Can you hit inspiration for me? I haven't played with a bard in a while.
Sure.
It's a D6 now, right? Or D5?
Yeah, but
It
is
is a
it on
D6 right now.
attacks as
Ability
well?
checks, not
Ability
attacks.
checks. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Unless he's Valor.
Javon gets over here and tries to slash at the great boar, but his weapon just kind of sticks into it, like not even coming out.
Ability check. Oh, attack roll.
Yeah, it's attack roll, just not attack damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
Valor
saving.
Bard's the one that gets that.
Saving throw.
Yeah, Valor gets damage, which is ridiculous.
Orin, you see Javon trying to pull his blade out as it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just cast another spell. You see little frost tendrils cover my hands, and then move over to the boar as I cast Frostbite again.
It critically succeeds. That's good though.
Jesus
Wasted a.
fucking Christ.
As you put the frost on, like it's just radiating heat right now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Eh. I'm gonna fly over towards Robbie.
Okay.
As I get above the boar, I don't care if you say I can't do this. I'm just gonna drop my net as I fly over.
Net drop.
Roll a d100. You have to get above 90 for me to make this count, because it's not supposed to.
Oh, so close.
It falls to the side.
It's fine. It's a light net. It's only meant for fishing, but I figured worth a shot.
That's good.
I will say this, Jay. When we encountered this, we actually used a net as well,
Yeah.
and it did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Look, I have never seen a net be successfully used in D&D, and I was thinking maybe today's the day, and then I was like, no, it's not the day. No, today is not the day.
I've seen it be used against players. I've never seen players successfully use it against.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna spear attack again.
I will say this, Cyrus. You do see a spear sticking out of the boar on the top. I guess Orin, you would have seen it flying over as well.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Oh, really?
And you see Javin trying to pull his sword out of the side of the hide.
Oh, really? Would you? I want to climb onto the boar's back and try to shove the spear further into the boar.
Let me.
Is this feels like a terrible idea.
Sounds like a wonderful
There will be
idea.
some repercussions
Sounds like
if
an
you
awesome
fail.
idea.
I don't know. I said I want to ride the boar, but is this how I want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna.
Dude, if you go out,
me-
you go out like a legend, and if it works, then it's awesome.
Okay, so you're going to be grappling it, but you want to climb on it. So I would let you do, I'll let you do a bonus action, contested athletics
Fantastic.
against the boar.
And I'm also
I'm counting
using
it as a
my
bonus action.
D6. 17.
Okay, I'm going to roll this on the table so you guys can see it.
You don't have to do that.
Now the question is, do you have a really big hammer that you can just...
Oh, right? I wish.
Roll.
Hammer's not one of the things that I have.
You climb on the back of the boar. You are currently on the back of the boar right now.
Okay, so is this considered an attack roll, pushing it further in?
I'm going to say it is going to be...
Okay.
I'm going to say it's an attack roll, but you can crit if you get above a 15. No modifiers, just straight flat roll.
So no modifiers, so just a D20?
Yep, just a D20. You're going to do damage no
strength?
matter what. I'm going to say you're going to do damage no matter what. Okay,
Wait,
so
hold on, sorry. 'Cause I also want to trip attack it with a maneuver. Is that possible, doing this, or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, fair enough.
pretty far away from the
Yeah.
trippable
Yeah.
parts.
You just like stab it straight through its neck and it catches its weird hoof hands,
Okay. I'm going to say you hit no matter what, so roll a d6, and you can add your strength modifier to it.
D6, and my strength modifier is 3, so 9.
Ooh, nice damage.
Not bad.
It's kind of like going up and down, up and down. It's trying to buck you off, so you're going to have to compete against that on its turn. But
Yeah, that's fine.
the Great Boar, would you like to do anything else? You're currently like basically holding on while it's bucking you with like one hand in the air, so you are literally cowboying it right now above it.
Reaction, I'm just gonna go, woohoo!
Everyone, you guys see this. Even Kyra's kind of clapping in the background right now, looking at you. The Great Boar's turn. We're going to do the opposed athletics, because that's what's going to happen again, because it's going to try to knock you off, so roll your d20.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What's your strength modifier?
3.
Not high enough. You get knocked off. We'll give you 10 feet, so you're going to get knocked prone.
Okay.
What was that?
This is the good old Cyrus.
I'm getting
So that
knocked
was
prone.
an ability check, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna silvery barbs it.
Ooh.
This is like, so I heard Silvery Barbs the first time on Monday. It's not a spell I was aware of, and now it's coming
Okay.
up again. I fucking
I'll
love
roll it
this spell.
again.
It's
What
a
did you
fun
get?
spell.
I got a 6, I believe.
You pass barely as it's bucking you off.
Rain, I love you.
I want you to know it had to roll a D1, and I gave you the benefit of the doubt. D1. You're holding on as it's trying to buck you off. It can attack you, so you are currently on it. It is going to attack Damocles. And Rob,
I gave you, Cyrus, the advantage on
Oh,
your next one,
question.
by the way.
yes.
Oh, nice. Question. Where on the board would I be considered? Could I be considered 5 feet away from Damocles?
I'm gonna say you're on top of the boar, so yeah, you're over 5 feet away from Damocles.
Okay, damn it.
The boar is gonna attack you, Damocles, though.
Come on, I can take it.
I wanted to protection fighter it.
I don't think you've ever said that and it worked out well for you.
It always works out well. What do you mean?
What's your AC?
18.
Actually,
you
it
do
works out
anything
well
about
with
it?
yogurt.
I cannot.
It gores you.
Ah! Who could have seen this coming?
It does 8 points of damage as it's goring into you.
Ow.
Ooh.
That's a big
Robbie,
hit.
it's gonna go 5, 10. It's gonna take an attack. You're coming with it, Cyrus.
Oh, I moved as well.
5, 10. The hunter's
this-
gonna get an attack of
Yeah.
opportunity. Still misses. He's kind of a shit hunter. 15 and 20. Yep, he can use all his movement to get to you. That's
Yeah,
the
my
boar's
question.
turn, though.
The boar has that hunter on its tusks, right?
Yes.
So it can't gore anybody. It's got little pads on its tusks.
It
Look
has
how
two
many.
tusks.
Look how many tusks it has.
I
lot
know.
of tusks.
Technically, yeah, it's with it. Whatever. But that's its turn. Annius is gonna come running. He's probably not gonna hit, but you know what?
Do I give advantage being on top of it? Or do you do
No.
flanking?
No, you don't get flank. Remember, you're rolling a d20 flat, and if you get over 15, you get a crit.
Oh, I was saying for him. For
Oh,
Janice.
no. He gets flanking, but he actually hits. Ooh, he does 7 points of damage. Jesus.
Woo! Attaboy. Carrying the team. So
He actually, instead of slashing, he stabs it this time and actually gets some working in.
for my clarification, what are your flanking rules? Is it +1, +2, or is it advantage?
+1.
Okay.
That's Tanius. Damocles, what would you like to do? You've just been softly gored by a...
You know what?
Softly.
I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna go here and slash at it with the Xiphus.
Okay, I like it. Roll it up.
Attack. Ha! 20 to hit.
Ooh, 20 to 21 actually.
Oh yeah.
You do hit. Solid
Whopping
5 points of
5
damage. I like it. That's not the worst.
And I'll hang out here. Hope for the best.
All right. Robbie, you are face to face with the boar. It seems pretty pissed off. It seems like this boar is intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Which of these trees around here looks the sturdiest?
I'd probably say this one. Like these ones would definitely be sturdy. So this one probably.
A nice sturdy trunk and good canopy with decent branches and whatnot.
Yes. Roll me just a general intelligence check.
Great intelligence.
You've seen what the boar can do with its tusks, so you're not sure how safe you will be in a tree.
Do I feel like it would take at least one hit before you could knock it down, or?
It looks like it could probably run it over if it could charge through the tree.
But it can't charge.
I won't say anything else.
Hmm.
Do you
Right.
use bloodied rules or no?
What do you mean?
If it gets below 50% health, we get told that it's bloodied.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. And will you
I
be telling
have
us,
to.
or is that on the token?
I don't know how to get it on the token, so I'll tell you.
Okay.
I mean, we've only done 16 points of damage to it, so.
Yeah, it's we're level 1. I didn't know how strong this thing was, and I was just like, I'm curious, where
That's
we're
pretty
at.
strong.
But also, it's nice to know for the whole adventure, like if something's going to get to half hit points, that we get told. That
Yeah.
changes how
that
I'm
is nice.
I'll be descriptive on what it looks like because that might also
Sure.
impact.
Yeah. Fair.
How about this tree? That one looks pretty massive.
Which one?
This one.
Yeah, if you can get to it.
It's like 50-foot wide canopy. Yeah, it's definitely a strong tree.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to Misty Step up into the branches.
Okay.
Why?
All right.
Misty Step when it comes from a feat, is that still considered a spell, or is that
Yes.
considered an ability?
It's a spell, but you can still cast a cantrip if you'd like.
Okay, I was just checking to see whether I could, cast a healing word as well. So yeah, I guess I'll just continue to viciously mock it.
All right. Nope, still good.
Okay.
All right. Javon is gonna attack. So let's see if he can actually hit again.
Wait.
Wait, did I skip somebody?
I was gonna say, isn't Javon dead?
No, Tanius is dead.
Oh, okay.
Is that a hit? I gotta look at its armor class. Ooh, it is a hit. He hits
Oh.
again.
Our hero.
Another 7 points of damage. Yes, our hero. It is not bloodied, if you're wondering.
Jesus Christ.
That's Javon's turn. Orin, what would you like to do?
Use your spell slot. Sorry, what? Cool.
On what?
Cool.
Shield or mage armor? Because those are the only
Fair.
Or
options.
shield,
Fair.
or mage armor.
Double
See,
your mage armor,
I
man.
have mage armor active, so I think I'll cast shield. Like, no, man, come on.
I don't know what your spell slots are.
I put them in the chat like 2 weeks ago, but no, it's fine. There's no way you would have known. I do have a spell, but if I use it, it's going to fuck everybody up. And then the other one is no good either. And they're both from my god, so it's like, what the fuck, man? I
Fuck
want
this board, dude.
I'm going to continue to try to impose disadvantage, and I'm going to cast Frostbite again.
Oh,
Oh my god.
That's what I've been trying to do with Vicious Mockery.
Well,
A little bit
this-
of damage and then impose the disadvantage.
Exactly. And this Frostbite's basically the exact same spell, so I'm...
So do you...
would you like to do anything else? Would you like to move, Orin?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna... 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go there.
Okay. Cyrus, you are currently holding onto the boar.
Yes. With silvery barbs, I get advantage on attacks.
Mhm.
Does that include this?
Yep, I'll let you roll 2 d20s.
Oh my fucking god. And
You
then
hit, though. Roll your damage.
a d6 plus 3, so 6 points of damage.
All right. Not bloodied yet.
Oh my fucking god. 9, 15, and 14, 29, and it's not bloodied.
Mm-hmm. Orin, you're 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have been
What's
this
that
whole time.
He's actually going to attack Tanius, because he's actually been doing a lot of damage. He crits. Tanius
Fuck
is
you.
now on another...
Fuck
horn.
you. Protection fighter. Reaction.
Rest in
Disadvantage.
Oh!
Screw you.
He misses. He is still alive. Oh wait, no. You're up. You can't give anyone. You're like up on the thing.
5 feet, man. I'm doing the thing.
So
It's fine.
basically, you grab the spear as he goes to attack, and
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking.
jag it one way, and the
Yeah, yeah.
boar goes to attack and misses.
You
You
killing our
basically
hero?
you basically do the Ratatouille thing about
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it, but he's gonna buck you off because I forgot to do that first.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's gonna try to buck you off. Roll your athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They got a 25.
Okay.
Is that action surge, or does it actually have 2 actions?
No, the bucking off I'm counting as a bonus action, just like holding on.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Let's see. Let's see how far he bucks you off. I'm gonna say it's up to a D100. Roll a D100. Above 50, he bucks you off high enough to take fall damage. Below, you don't. You don't. That's its turn though.
Can I
Tanius is dead. Damn it.
nice superhero landing?
Tell me how you land.
Superhero pose.
Okay, yeah, you do it. I like it.
All right. I'm gonna go give Cyrus flanking and take the dodge action. I'll end my turn.
Robbie, you currently in a tree?
Yes.
What would you like to do in said tree?
No giggity. No reason to skip me just because I'm in a tree. Jeez.
You may eventually give a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I've not
Possibly.
rolled. Other than the first attack, I've not rolled another crit yet. So, oh no, that last one was just a crit.
Yeah, it just got undone.
Yeah. Actually, I'm giving you inspiration for that. You can have inspiration, Cyrus.
Aw.
Sweet.
I feel like we're gonna get killed soon then.
Yeah, I'll try it again. There's
Okay.
his mockery.
No.
And I will go ahead and inspire eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll do Cyrus again.
Sounds good. Orin.
Alright, I'm gonna change things up. I'm gonna cast a spell. You see a big purple skeletal hand kind of reach out and touch the boar.
Ooh. That is a hit.
Yeah. That's all I got.
As you guys are hitting the boar, cuts and scrapes are coming up. He's starting to bleed
Cool.
from his
We
wounds.
did it.
Excellent.
I think that means he's bloodied, guys.
I think so.
Would you? So, sorry, my turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Since we're not doing advantage, would I get flanking if I move to here?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Jeez, I'm always on the wrong tool. I'm going to move to there, like going around it, obviously not through it. And I'm going to attack. So, 10.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
It laughs at you. It kind of snickers and kind of hits you away.
That's really rude. I'll end my turn.
Okay. The boar can't get to 2 people. Let's see. It'll just figure out who it's gonna attack here. 1 is top. Okay. Roll d20. That hits the hunter. It hits the hunter.
I'm too far away.
Okay. And kills the hunter, but does not impale because it's not charging.
No.
Not our best boy.
Rest in peace, Diavon. You will be missed.
Damocles. What would you like to do?
Well, what's the worst that could happen? I'll cast Fairy Fire on it again.
And behind me.
Okay. Let's see. It's not great at dexterity saving throws.
But it sure is good at those legendary resistances.
The fairy fire actually brightens the body of the great boar, and just like before, it disappears.
All right, I'll end my turn here.
You've burned 2.
Yeah, and there's go my 2 spell slots too.
Oof.
Robbie, what would you like to do?
I will viciously mock this thing yet again.
All right. You are able to get into its head. It takes 1 point of damage
Ooh. And has disadvantage.
and has disadvantage. That's true. Would you like to do anything else?
Let's see. Cyrus has an active one, and Damocles has an active one.
No, I use mine.
I gave you another one.
Oh. Shit.
I don't think the 6 would even a 6 would have helped you.
Yeah.
There, I don't think.
No, that's fair.
I'm not sure. I don't know his armor class, but anyway, I'll save it for now. I'm done.
Done?
Yeah, I don't think I can even get to Orin, can I? I could. I will give Orin one.
Okay. Orin, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to fly 5, 10, 15, and then down 5 feet and cast Thunderwave.
Spicy.
Being careful to not hit my allies, obviously. It's a 15-foot cube in front of me.
Right as it's about to take the full brunt, magic from its hide protects it for the last time. The magic.
Well, I assumed. So then 25 and 30. I fly back up 5 feet, back up 5 feet, and that's it for my turn.
Right. There's actually 2 more damage. Cyrus, the magic that was protecting the boar has seemed to kind of give way a little bit. Maybe you can find a good strike.
Question for you.
Yes.
Do you allow the Tasha stuff?
Which Tasha stuff?
Magical inspiration for bards?
What is that one?
That's the one that allows you to add your bardic inspiration to hit points or damage spells. Spells that heal or spells that do damage.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
That is also an option for bardic inspiration peoples.
Okay.
Sorry, what does it do?
You can add Bardic Inspiration to magic damage or healing.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I have potentially a stupid idea.
Or is it a great idea?
Do it.
Okay, I think this is a great idea. I am going to walk to the front of the boar, wherever it is. Is it? It's
Okay.
facing us, right?
Yeah, it's basically
Okay.
Mhm.
I am going to. Oh, do I want to do this? What would this drop my AC? It would drop my AC by 3. That's kind of brutal. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna drop my spear and my shield, and I'm gonna grab onto the boar's tusks, and I'm gonna try to like slam it face first into the ground.
I wish we were a barbarian, but okay, let's do it. Opposed check.
Ooh, okay. Strength, or can I use?
You can use athletics, but it's going to use athletics too.
Okay. Oh boy.
I'm going to do
also...
a public. This is a good one. I'm going to do
so
public.
I have a question. So you gave me inspiration.
Yep.
Can I use, if I'm using Bardic Inspiration on this, do I have to declare inspiration first and then Bardic Inspiration, or is it like I roll both? Like I roll my dice, I don't like it, I roll again, and then I use Bardic Inspiration, or
Inspiration is treated like lucky.
Yeah, you have to.
Bardic Inspiration is just whenever.
So,
yeah.
Inspiration is, I say at the beginning before we roll, I'm using inspiration for this. Is that what it is?
No, you can use it afterwards, but you can't use it after he declares if you won or lost.
Okay.
Just like lucky.
Okay. I'm using inspiration.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, Jesus, fucking ass balls! I'm also using Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
13.
You slam the boar into the ground with your He-Man strength. Roll me. Let's see.
If I won,
that was pretty impressive. I like it. You know what?
Oh my
Tell
God.
me how you did it. I need a play-by-play, and I'll tell you how much damage you do.
So I would have kind of like looked at how damaged Damocles is. I would have dropped my spear, thrown my shield to the ground, grabbed onto the two closest tusks, and just like to the ground.
Roll me a d10. 1d10.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I gave it to you. You do 7 points, I'll give you the full 5 strength damage just because of that. It is currently on the ground. It's tussling with you, though.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything?
prone?
Basically, you guys are like in like a pinhold fighting each other.
Yeah. No, I'm just focusing all my strength on keeping it on the ground.
All right, it's gonna try to lift you up and throw you.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually gonna target Robbie with the throw if you fail the check.
All right.
All right, opposed check. I'll go first because I'm attacking.
Yeah, what are we doing? Athletics? Strength?
Athletics.
Okay,
Yep.
go ahead. Fuck me.
The boar kind of lifts itself back up while you're fighting to hold it down. He throws his head back. You start flying, even with your immense body. Like you said, you're fucking huge.
Brick shithouse.
Brick
So that-
shithouse.
You know, that was an ability check since it was an opposed check, right?
It was an ability check.
I love you, Brian.
Is this your last spell? It is your last.
It is my last spell.
I love
I
you,
like-
Brian.
Okay, hold on. They're fighting right now, neck and neck. You're able to. That's its action too. You're able to keep it held down right now. Everyone still has advantage right now because it's considered prone.
And you get
No,
the
not
inspiration
everyone.
or the advantage for trying to
Wow.
hold it down
Yeah, thank you.
next time.
Advantages on it. Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws. Cool.
Yep.
The
That
boar.
sounds
That
so
is the
good.
boar's turn right now. Damocles, what would you like to do? You see the boar in front of you. It's fighting.
I'm gonna take a swing at it with a Xiphus.
All right. You crit.
Ooh, 8 damage.
Solid 8 points of
go.
damage.
I will hang out here with my buddy. And end my turn.
That was a nice slash. Robbie, what'd you like to do? Your quick thinking might have saved you from getting hit by a colossal man.
I saw the colossal man flashing before my eyes.
Almost like you're gifted by the Oracle as well.
Exactly. Question, actually.
Okay.
Would I have even needed to do that? Shouldn't it have had disadvantage on its attack?
It would have stood back up, kind of. To
No,
balance it out.
from the dissonant whisper, the mockery.
Oh yeah, it would have had disadvantage.
I'll give it to you. Take your spell back.
Neat.
Must be nice to have multiple spells. You see Aura's
could
just sitting in
fly.
a tree, just getting depressed, slowly drooping out of the air.
Now I see why you kind of swap back and forth between happy and depressed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't lose flight until rest, even if he gets depressed. He can fly
Well, that's
while
good.
he's depressed. Just, yeah.
You just have he's just watering the crops as he flies over. them.
Yeah. Just crop dusting, like, equally, if I wake up and I'm depressed, even if I get happy later on in the day, I can still charm people and shit. But I can't fly.
And this is only the first boss you guys are facing. It just gets worse from here. So you guys are doing good.
Things are
This is fine.
We're doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
This
you
is
guys are doing
fine.
good. Viciously mocked. It is viciously mocked.
Motherfucker. Well, no, I mean,
And,
I'm a caster,
okay.
so my attack roll here is going to be at disadvantage, so I was hoping that you would burn his last legendary save so that I could
No,
disadvantage
they're
him.
already all gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Well,
burned them
either way, my Vicious Mockery, basically, Frostbite, is going to be pointless now because I can't impose disadvantage. Well, he's already got disadvantage, so... I'll Chill Touch at disadvantage. I miss. Move on.
Wow, that
You
sucks.
miss. Yeah.
Why'd you have to
Rough.
fucking make him go prone?
Sorry. But, like,
God, the world doesn't revolve around fucking Cyrus, alright?
Actually, Cyrus thinks it probably does.
it definitely does.
And I know he's
That's
big
why.
enough that, you know, some stuff probably orbits, but fuck, come on.
Well, right now
I'm
the
not-
boar's kind of orbiting him, so
Mm,
you know.
I'm not able to like attack him while I'm holding him, am I?
No, not anymore. You'd have to let go.
Just rub his face in the dirt.
2 casters, 1 non-caster. I really wish the other guys were still alive. If I let go, will he still be prone?
until
He'll
it's
be
turn.
prone until
Until
his
his
turn. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
picking-
you
picking
can't
up-
you can't pick up a weapon and attack. It's
Yeah,
both
yeah.
actions. So I
Mhm.
mean,
You
you're
usually
kind
get
of
one
fucked.
object interaction. per
No,
turn,
no.
right?
He has one object. You can pick up a weapon or a shield and attack. He could do that.
Unless you have another.
Oh, you're Wait, you're letting go too. No. Yeah. You're kind of in an action.
I mean, letting go shouldn't be an
Oh,
action.
that's like
as simple
dropping.
as that's as simple as
Oh.
that. You know.
Yeah, dropping. Yeah, I'll allow you to pick up one thing to attack with.
Am I able to kind of like?
Pick up your
Yank
shield
on
and
its-
use one other weapon, because you can attack as part of drawing a weapon.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, can I like? Would you allow me to like slam his head against the ground for more damage, or no? Kind of like.
It would be the opposed check again.
No, okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I would let go, pick up my shield, and draw my coppice, I think it is, and
Coppice.
attack with that.
Okay, go for it. You do hit. Ooh, it's getting close.
And that's my turn.
It does have disadvantage on its attacks, though. That's a good thing. Let's see. Is it gonna attack? It is definitely going to attack, though. It's disadvantage, so it's going to attack. It's going to attack Cyrus. The disadvantage helps. It seems that the words that Robbie said are still in its mind as it tries to gore you. You're able to quickly block it with your shield.
So I'm at 17 because I don't have the spear, by the way.
7 will miss.
Fair enough.
Damocles, your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna stay here and keep on slashing at it. I'll go ahead and use the Bardic Inspiration on that. 13.
13 misses. You try to slash into it, but its hide is just too tough.
Alright, I'll end my turn.
Robbie, what would you like to do?
I assume
You
he
see
did
that
stand up.
it's bleeding significantly more. It would have stand back up too, sorry.
Okay. I don't really have...
Relevant to the conversation while Brian's thinking. It's also fucked up that disadvantage on a prone target, even if they're large or larger, right?
It doesn't make sense. It
right?
really
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Like, rules
yeah.
is written, I know that it's disadvantage. I'm not trying to rules lawyer. I'm not trying to ask for it.
Yeah,
But we were
it makes
talking
no
about it in the
sense.
chat, and that is whole bullshit. Like, I totally get it. If you're, like, firing arrows at each other or casting spells and somebody, like, literally lays down, your profile goes from 6 foot tall to a foot. I get that.
Yeah.
But, like, a fucking dragon and then laying down dragon... Considering I'm flying as well, so its profile didn't change. Wait, by the way, does that affect it at all? Because I am flying.
What?
Not base, no. Although if you
Yeah,
go
see,
adjacent
that's-
to it, you would have regular straight roll.
I was gonna say
If I went
also-
adjacent to it, then I can never move away from it or I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be
you
like me.
would,
Live here.
you would, yeah.
Yeah. Just come
Yeah,
5
here's
feet
the
from me,
thing.
man.
You have armor. I don't.
5
It
feet,
made
5
you.
feet
It's
from
Made
me.
just good,
armor?
right?
I have
You're
feathers.
fine.
And you
You're
have a shield spell.
fine.
And
so-
I can impose disadvantage on attacks.
If
I'm
I'm
also
within
very
5
glad.
feet of you, right?
Yeah, 5 feet. I'm
Yeah,
very glad.
my
I swapped the
movement can
broad
get me
pole
at
lead.
closest here.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, fair. Because you're
Because I'm 20 feet up, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Also-
Robbie, what are you doing?
Since we're still talking. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No.
Ooh. Dissonant Whispers.
Fail,
Oh,
please fail,
that's
please fail.
so much damage.
It fails.
Which means it runs away and you guys get opportunity attacks.
The
Is it?
boar falls down.
Aww.
Yeah.
Blood's leaking out of it.
Technically, that still counts. Opportunity attacks, boys.
Stab the dead boy.
Make some bacon.
So much stabbing.
As it falls down, its body magically pulls itself back together.
What?
What?
Ah, so it's undead. That's cool. That's cool.
Phase 2.
That's cool. That's
What?
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Did
This
the
is
music
even
just
my
cool.
final form.
Did the music just change?
No.
And everyone roll a wisdom saving throw as it comes back up as magic.
Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it a magic? Actually, I don't think that matters for me. Okay, whatever.
You all are able to get your mind together after seeing this. It almost like you would be confused again.
Oh. Imagine getting confused.
Robbie, it is still technically your turn. You cast the spell, though.
Did it also have to run away, or did that get negated by its death and reincarnation thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that was my action. I don't really have anything I can do as a... Yeah, that's my turn.
Orin, your turn.
It got up, right?
Yeah, I got up.
Okay. Kill touch.
Ooh.
Hey. Lost a crit.
You hit it.
Lost a crit last turn. Get a natural one this time on damage. Yeah. I'm on a roll.
You know, the really unfortunate thing is, if you had chill touched him before, would he have still been able to heal?
No, actually.
So, yeah, doubly fucked. It's fine. You know, I'm just going to go fuck myself. My turn's over.
Because I have to follow what it says, and it couldn't regain the HP.
Oh, man, that sucks.
See, I told you, terrible idea.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna
I
fucking-
think I depressed him. He's like,
He left. I'm gonna stab the boar in the fucking face. Oh. 9.
you missed stabbing the boar in the face.
Oh, I guess. My turn.
The boar in the rage. Is going to attack. It's going to Damocles, did you actually do damage to the boar? No, you missed again.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
I think he was the last person who did damage to it, though.
No, I was.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Rob.
were. You were. You're right.
Cyrus.
Yes.
Cyrus.
Hi.
You're hit.
17.
You're hit hard, Cyrus.
Is it a crit?
Yeah, it's a crit.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Fucking
Last spell
bards,
slot.
dude.
Brain, I love you.
Well done, Brain.
A 24 to hit.
Yeah, that
That's
definitely.
still not a crit.
Not a crit. You did not get crit. You take a total of 17 points of piercing damage.
Oh my fucking god!
I got off easy. Damn.
You got off very easy. Let's see, what would have the crit actually been?
Probably
22, not too
somewhere.
bad.
Oh, that's it. That's a low roll.
Yeah, that's a low roll.
4.
Damocles, what would you like to do? You see Cyrus getting... he barely got out of the way of getting gored.
Well, it's got to die at some point. I'm gonna keep on slashing it till it dies.
Just spit blood.
20
You hit.
for a whopping 3 damage.
It is still alive. Would you like to do anything else?
Nah, I'm hanging out here with Cyrus.
Robbie, it is your turn.
Well, I'm down to cantrips, so vicious mockery again.
It is able to actually shrug off this mockery.
All right.
Orin, would you like to chill touch?
Yeah. Hey.
Ooh.
It's some spicy damage.
Very
not
good.
bad.
The boar,
It's
the
not bad at all.
necrotic energy that comes out of Orin's hands is fighting the boar. It is basically on its last leg. Cyrus.
I stab it in the face.
Bring it home.
19.
Roll your damage. How do you kill the boar?
I stab it in the fucking face.
Cyrus grabs his, is it a Kopesh that you have right now with you?
Yeah.
And stabs it directly into the boar's face. And the boar collapses. As it's collapsing, it says this, "Know this, mortals. Your sins cannot be atoned. An ancient power sleeps in the heart of Thylia, and when it awakens, the age of Mitros will come to an end, just as my broken body falls to ruin and decay. So too, all mortal things will come to death and darkness. No prophecy will save you." The encounter is over.
I'm gonna spit blood onto the ground and then pee on the boar's head. Cause fuck this boar.
Kyra kind of stops you before peeing on it. She'll say, wait. It is going to be a sacrifice. You should not do that to a sacrifice.
I'm gonna just turn 180 degrees and pee like this way then.
Hissing into the wind.
Yep.
She will say, I didn't realize someone as big as you could be so small.
Oh.
Well, it's not the size, it's how you use it.
Oh, Robbie, I think I might, She just starts walking off. We can
As she walks off, I'm gonna say, well, you're not my type anyway.
I swoop down and grab my net.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I pick up my shit as well. All the
We'll go
various
on
weapons I
right
drop. Okay.
All right.
We'll climb out of the tree.
We'll talk about everything afterwards. Break time.
All right. I'm gonna run a quick ad.
Yep.
See you in a minute, stream.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm. Yes, you do sound like you're a static TV.
Oh my god.
It's fine now.
Is it fine now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so crazy. Sorry, before we get started. So I filled this water bottle up last night with ice in it, and I left it sitting more or less in the sun all day, and it still fucking has ice in it.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Impressive.
it's a Yeti, so I'm not surprised. But like, fuck, I just like took a drink and ice went into my throat, and I was like, what?
All right. If we're good,
We're good.
Kyra said, "You did it! You did it!" As she runs. I always believed you. You saw that she was actually running from pretty far away, like she was about to run away. I always believed in you. Let's make sure to give these two hunters a good proper burial, though. I'm sure you know this, but in Thylia, anytime someone dies like this, we always put a gold coin over each of their eyes. Yes.
Yes, we know this.
I pull out my dagger and make my way to the hind portion of the boar. Can I take some bacon?
It should be a sacrifice to the gods.
Well, most of it still would.
I mean, do we not need a trophy to prove that we've killed it?
No. My word alone,
Oh.
as Kyra the poet, should be enough.
All
Tyler
right.
the poet.
Hey, team, we did it. Go us.
Woo!
Yeah. We didn't die.
We
I'm gonna.
didn't die.
I would like to go.
She asks if anyone wants to help remove the dead bodies from the boar's tusk.
I'll help, yes.
Yeah, I would. help
That
as
does
well.
not seem like a job I would be good at.
I would do it.
Okay, you guys pull the bodies off of the tusk. Do you spare 4 gold coins?
I'll kick in the
I can
4.
spare 2.
I'll chip in too.
I didn't
it's cool,
actually
I got it.
roll
I got
for
it.
gold.
Hmm.
She'll say, "This will pay for the ferryman across the river Styx."
Yeah, I'll just say for Kyron, and I'll put the coins on the eyes.
All right, so we do need to get some wood to construct the pyre. And if you want to take your piece of bacon, I don't know how the gods will allow it, though, Horan.
It's fine. I'll find some fish later.
As everybody's kind of like moving around doing their various things, I'd be kind of standing over the boar's corpse and like look up to the sky and be like, "Father, are you proud? I did this in your name." And then I would go to help cut wood.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help cut wood as well.
Okay. She will say, the boar may have things of value in its cave, but I don't know if I'd
Oh, yeah.
want to go in that cesspool.
Oh, I'm going in.
I'm gonna fly to the top of a tree or anything nearby so I can keep a vantage out for everybody or for anything coming close, and just
Okay.
I'll keep lookout.
Okay, that sounds good. The first person, who went in first?
I think Robbie and I went in at the same
Exactly.
time.
Yeah. We
Okay, so I'm gonna pull you guys all out for a second. As you get to right here, the smell attacks your nostrils. If you go in, you may have to do some checks.
I'm going in.
Oh, I will use my magical tinkering and make a rock that smells like roses.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
damn,
Just hold that up to my nose.
Got it. Cyrus and Robbie, you kind of went in at the same time.
I'm still going
as
in.
you, huh?
I said I'm still going in.
Yeah. Robbie and Cyrus. As you guys are walking in, you kind of start stepping in dung and muck, and like there's like a good solid amount of liquid as you're walking. If you keep going, you know you're gonna have to get further and further down. You want to do that?
Yep. I'm going in. Hey,
Okay.
pretty boy. This is very reminiscent of a battlefield.
Well, I was kind of thinking of one of the last times I performed, and well, that's neither here nor there.
I would like to be the here or there.
Each one of you roll a. I'll give advantage to Damocles for a Constitution save, but Robbie and the other one.
Cyrus.
15.
Yep. Even the 12 passes too. You guys are. It smells terrible in here. You have not gotten poisoned yet, but it is gross. There's a good layer of filth. You will have to probably get on your hands and knees and feel around to actually find anything of value. You don't see anything of note in the cave right now.
Oh. Would
Can I
I?
ritually cast Detect Magic while they're searching around in there? See if I can
Yeah.
see
You
anything
can.
magical.
I would probably still keep searching.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's a foot.
Give me an investigation check.
Does someone want to help me out?
I'll help him out.
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Roll me a Constitution save as you're kind of digging around. There was like a giant dung that kind of floats right by you, but you get out of the way of it, and it doesn't make you vomit or anything. But you are able to find a spear.
Ooh, I like spears.
And this is at the exact same time that Damocles, you're able to detect magic coming off the spear.
Oh, that is a magical spear.
Oh,
Look at you.
cool. Thank you. I guess I'm. Do I keep searching? I probably would keep searching a little bit longer.
With Robbie's help, you guys do find, after searching, 25 gold pieces and 37 silver pieces.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
cool.
your detect magic doesn't detect anything else of magic.
All right, that's good enough.
I guess we come back out holding. Sorry, you said 25 gold pieces and something?
25 gold pieces, 37 silver pieces, and a spear.
Magic spear and 25 G and 37 silver.
I'm sorry, this one is not the magic spear. It is a silvered spear.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't detect magic, but it looks very ornate.
Are all spears Doritas in this campaign?
Yes, technically.
Okay.
Would you allow me to spend a couple minutes casting prestidigitation over and over again to kind of clean stuff up?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
As I see you doing this, I'm gonna like look at myself covered in shit and be like, why didn't you do this before?
Well, I figured we'd do it after we got out of the cave rather than before we go into the muck.
Oh, are you cleaning us? I thought you were cleaning the cave floor and stuff.
No, I'm cleaning the floor. I'm looking for stuff.
Oh.
Then when we get outside, then I'll clean us.
Oh, okay. All right. Very well, handsome man. I appreciate your forethought.
As you're cleaning around, you do find 2 more corpses. But you don't find anything else of value.
Okay. Hey, Cyrus, I'm a little weak. Would you mind dragging these corpses back out?
I go in and drag the corpses out.
Alright. So now there are currently 4 bodies right here.
And I guess from the gold we found, I put 4 gold on their eyes. So we have
All right.
20. Yeah, it's because it's 1 gold per eye.
Yes, there's 2
Yeah.
eyes.
Jesus Christ, this is an expensive
Are
fare.
there still 2 eyes?
There are still 2 eye sockets.
Fair. fair.
I'm gonna like look around before I do it and be like, yeah, right. This is we should do
Yeah,
this.
it's the right thing to do.
Yes,
I-
and then,
I've
and
heard
then
that's
we can
okay.
cremate them afterwards. Just throw
guess-
a few fires.
I guess we should put this into the party bank then.
So
Just don't have to use the party bank. I just left it because it will be important later in the adventure.
Might as well. How do you add
Yeah.
gold to the party bank? Like, where's its inventory?
I don't know. I haven't tried to open it.
It's
Cargo
on
and-
crew and cargo.
Yeah.
Cargo.
Just a little
Cargo.
courtesy thing.
Okay. So 21 gold, 37 silver. I just tossed it in there.
Okay.
Alright, I take a moment to clean the crap off of us.
All right. Take a moment to
Yeah.
clean
Much
Clean the crap.
appreciated.
Kyra looks at you guys and she's, you smell very foul. Good searching in there. If you found anything of importance.
On this, and I'm gonna hold up the spear.
Oh, very ornate. Must have been maybe Vulcans.
Does look like his work.
Does anybody want to use
I've got to
this?
do it. Not Klingons?
It's probably
Hey.
best on you.
Well done. I appreciate that.
She will say, I'll say that you guys prepare, after a little bit of time, you guys prepare the funeral pyre for both the boar and the humans that are there. She will say, now, she makes sure to look at everyone while she's saying this. She says, with the funeral pyre, we must dedicate this to one god. Or you can dedicate this to no gods. It is up to you. Sidon demands this to be sacrificed to him, but I don't recommend that, nor Lutheria.
I think we should sacrifice this to Father, Pythor of battle, because we were victorious in battle.
Well, sounds fine to me. You did get the killing blow.
Do you want me to let you know about the other gods, or are you well versed?
You just hear me calling out from wherever the fuck I am. Sidon!
I'm good with whatever.
She asks the question as if you need an explanation of the other gods.
We know the other gods. Like,
You would, technically.
is there like an
I can't.
exposition dump that you can provide us in the Discord?
It was
So we
sent
can-
in the
Yeah, it
PDF.
should be
I'm
pinned.
copy pasting it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's
I have the PDF open, but there's so much information.
Does it have all the gods
Yeah.
there? It
Page
has
11.
the 3 titans. Okay, it has the titans and everyone. Okay,
Titans and 5 gods.
perfect. She says you can dedicate it to any of them, or you could always dedicate it to none of them. That would be interesting. I know Kyra would get a laugh. And not me, the goddess. I look much better than the goddess Kyra.
I would take a step away from her, expecting a lightning bolt
Yeah,
to come.
same. Yeah.
Well, Pythor seems fine. It was battle after all.
And
I'm
just
all-
remember, anyone that you dedicate this to, they will strengthen themselves.
Any
Uh,
objection?
no, I obviously don't object to that.
Fine with that.
I imagine I
All
probably
right.
don't hear much, but I would object. But yeah, I'm keeping watch. So
Yeah, we heard your yell out, but
yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying to keep us
the-
safe, you know. It's,
yeah, I'm ambivalent about the whole thing. So
All right. So the decision is Pythor? Question mark.
Mm,
We need a
I mean,
group
that's
consensus.
that's my vote. My vote is Pythor, but that's always going to be my vote. So
Well, Pythor works for me.
The mother goddess Mitros, or even Thylia, she points to her, are options as well.
Yeah,
I
Pythor.
just need a
Right.
Pythor.
Pythor.
It has to be a group consensus.
I'm not
Yep.
there.
Pythor, raise your hand.
You would come back, Jay. For
You
this.
didn't say anything.
Jay would come back for this one. The funeral pyre will be important. Your character would be here.
All right. I was
Isn't
waiting to
it-
see what I saw, if anything, and if you said, "Oh, you don't see anything," then I would have come back. But
Oh no,
I was
no,
just
no.
waiting.
Yeah, she will grab you. Well, she can't
Right.
grab you because you're away,
Yeah.
but she will yell for you.
Yeah. Okay. I'd come back and then I'd say, we should make sure that the Tempest sees some favor as well.
Just a quick question for part of the expedition up at the beginning. Is it not gods versus titans? Is that not like kind of the premise of this campaign?
It is and it isn't at the same time. Like, the gods and the titans, they both have their own... They're both, in essence, like, you can think of them as gods. They're both deities.
Okay.
So they both control their own thing, so...
I'm going to look at Orin and say, do you want to take two and I take two? And do separate pyres?
Kyra will say that doesn't work with this. It'll have to be one joint effort.
Pretty sure we're sacrificing the boar, not
Yeah,
the people.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
the boar is the tribute. The people are going through sticks.
Bloodlust. I just want to sacrifice everybody, you know?
Uh,
It's just me forgetting, sorry.
It's perfectly fine. It's in character.
How about this? Since we seem to be the only two pious people here, how about a game of boulders, parchment? I always forget what scissors are in D&D.
Shears.
Shears, thank you.
no, it's fine. Pythor's fine. But maybe in the next one to the Tempest.
Very well.
All right, to Pythor.
The Pythor.
All right. As the funeral pyre is lit, it goes up in flames, and you see in the constellations right above it, Pythor himself looking down at you.
Gonna wave, hey, Dad.
It's a constellation. It's not physically him, but yes.
I'm not smart.
Yep.
So, how did we light the pyre, just out of curiosity?
I have firebolt. I can just use that.
There you go.
Oh, I was going to snap my fingers with prestidigitation and just...
That works too.
Either one would have worked. You guys, flint and tinder, anything.
Like you magic men.
Flint and tinder. That's so... pedestrian.
As you say that, I'm like fiddling with flint and tinder.
It goes up in flames and it'll say, well, I'm sorry, as well as you see the constellation of Pythor, you all gain a level.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Sweet.
dope.
And she'll say, the first deed is done, you are the heroes of prophecy.
Of course.
Oh. We must get back to the temple. Versi will divine your future even further. But let's get back to the sour vintage. I think it is time to celebrate the night.
Real quick question for everybody else. Is anybody else going bitch mode? Or are we all rolling hit die, right? We're rolling,
I want
right?
to roll. Yeah.
Fuck
but
yeah,
mine-
yeah.
I will give you one piece of advice. We had 2 people do this in the last campaign. The DM was nice enough to give them average after they rolled shit.
No, fuck that. Just allow us to reroll ones one time.
Okay, I'll allow it.
There you
Nothing
go.
more than that if you roll 2 ones.
Yeah, then you keep the one.
Yeah, I got.
That's how you do it, man. It's
I agree.
Yeah.
Mine autumn. What the fuck?
If
I
you're a
have-
spellcaster, average is better than rolling. Oh god. Orin, you gained 4 HP actually. That's not bad. Four is average though, so. Damocles, you are less than average.
One less than average, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
You got a 7,
11.
so that's pretty good.
The HP
My
god.
gosh, dude.
I am up to 37 hit points, level 2.
He's pretty tanky.
Oh wait,
Like
yo,
I
no,
said-
sorry. That 11 included my modifier.
You got a 7. You gained 7 HP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you gained 2 spell slots. One for your level and one from the sorcery points. Okay. Next level, you'll have to actually start making decisions, but
What the hell?
for now, there's nothing else you can do with them, so. That's not right. You should have gained a spell.
Why is my hit points being so stupid?
While you guys are doing that, I'll give a little. God.
All of a sudden, I'm dead. What is going on?
Kyra, you guys all walk back to the Sour Vintage unless you want to do anything out there. There are some creeks and rivers. I'd say yes. Okay. I'll say given enough time, you're gonna get fish, so no worries about that.
I would, after he's finished fishing, I would rinse off in the river so I don't smell like shit.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I cleaned you, so.
Yeah, but after you cleaned me, Kieran said I smelled bad still, so.
Kyra.
Her too.
All right, I'll give myself a sniff, and if I still smell bad, I'll also wash.
You guys still have a smell to you, even with
Okay.
the prestidigitation.
Okay.
Anyways, as you guys are doing that, you get your fish and everything, and clean off. You guys make it to the Sour Vintage.
I'm assuming you
Robbie,
fish
you have one
upstream?
epic verse now.
Okay.
I would definitely eat fish. Thank you. I've heard tale of this. I believe they call it sushi? Victory fish.
You wouldn't know what sushi is. I know what sushi is, though.
Robbie knows what sushi is. You wouldn't know.
That's I've heard tale of raw people eating raw fish. I am enjoying it.
I like it. We'll go with it. You guys do make it back to the Sour Vintage. She holds a party for you. She tells a tale about all of your bravery and heroic, including the time that you actually barehanded through, is how she says it, the boar to the ground. Cyrus.
I get
As well
very
as-
drunk.
As well as the spell prowess of both Robbie and Orin. And Damocles there to help stab and slash his way to victory. As she's standing on the stage at the Sour Vintage, I'll just go back here. She presents each one of you with a golden arrow worth 25 gold pieces. She says, as proof that you are the heroes of legend, each one of you will get a golden arrow.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate
As I said before, she says in a bellowing voice, we will be going to the Temple of the Oracle to further fulfill the prophecy. Everyone here, your lands are safe. The heroes, as she points to you, save them.
In
you hear
honor-
cheering.
In
And,
honor of us killing the boar, I name this spear, and I hold up the spear I found, the boar's tusk.
You hear everyone cheering, yeah, yeah! You can actually have it be named the Boar's Tusk.
I will name mine the Golden Barb.
Nice. want to make sure this works properly. Nice.
It is a silvered spear.
Yeah. And there's no mods to a silvered spear. It's just silvered.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say this, that certain weapons that are from heroic deeds can be used later. And I'll just leave it at that.
Sure.
Cyrus,
You guys-
if you let me borrow your spear for a night, I think I might be able to make it a little better.
Absolutely. You stood beside me in battle and helped us kill it. I trust you with my life now.
Well,
I'm-
wonderful to hear.
I'm fucking wasted at this point in time. I'm enthralled by this story and laughing at all the wrong moments.
Give.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, Jay. One more thing. Can I get either persuasion or deception rolled to me? Whatever you choose.
What's the context?
No, that's good. Okay. Everyone's listening right now. You have a whole tavern. Woo!
Wow.
Woo! Woo!
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm just gonna be slamming on the table, just like, yes! Fuck lobsters!
Yeah.
But did you get a piece of it so you could taste it? But you could have grabbed a piece. With one less leg?
I'm gonna put my arm around Orange and be like, fear not, my flying friend. We'll track down this lobster and we'll eat it!
Yay!
Giant animals. Gotta eat them. One day.
No. Sorry.
I just heard it.
Sorry, I thought I muted before I did that.
That was very funny. As
Apparently
we're
all the
kind of
cats are
it's the best butthole.
You gotta
As
see.
we're kind of settling in for the night, I'm gonna be like, okay. So, since you told me the story about your lobster, I have to tell you a fantastic story from my youth. So, have you ever heard the game Ultimate Discus?
I'm gonna immediately kind of step back a little bit.
So, Ultimate Discus is like, you know what a discus is, right? It's like a little round, it's like a plate, and I'm gonna grab a plate. And I'm just gonna like throw it. You do that with it, and usually you throw it to someone. I'm sorry about you.
Ow!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your plate.
Oh no, you're good. You're heroes.
I'm sorry. I'll buy you a drink in a second. So
Yeah.
basically, it's like see who can throw it further, and then the other person has to run and catch it. And so I was running, and I jumped up. It's so high in the air. I caught the discus this guy threw, and I crashed into a giant pillar. And that pillar crashed into another pillar. And that one into another pillar. That one to another pillar. That one to another pillar. And then they all kind of came down on top of a market. It's not my best moment, but I figured since you told me about how a lobster ran away from you, and I'm telling you about how I destroyed a market, we're bonding.
Yay!
No, it's fine. I helped rebuild the market. It's okay.
Yay!
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
That is most unfortunate. And female?
I'm just crying. Just like I'm bawling.
Should I wake him
So
up? I
sad.
feel like whether it's female or not is a pretty important part of the story.
Kyra's like, no,
Probably
it
just let her
doesn't
sleep.
matter. I just,
Oh. Okay. Then I won't wake him up then. Let him sleep. You did, I know.
okay.
I would, I guess, carry him to his room and put him in bed.
All right.
And just like, it's okay, little siren man. You will find your mate. And just like, and then tuck you in. And then probably try to make it back to my bed.
I'm gonna say you make it like to the edge of the room and you just fall asleep like right at the
Yeah,
door frame.
That's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine.
Throughout the meal and the dinner and whatnot, I'm just kind of sitting at the end of the table, just kind of plucking at the loot every so often, writing down some phrases, scribbling them out, writing down new ones. I'm working on something.
You do find a few female suitors come to you. Not Kyra though.
I'm too busy with my stuff.
Yes, she makes sure to say that she is more beautiful than Kyra the god.
Sus. Heckin' sus.
I thought it too, but they have different letter.
No one's asked her about her name yet. No, that's fine. That is a good question. Kyra will present since Damocles and Robbie. Oh my god, how could I forget that name? She'll
Right?
present a map to you.
Oh, what's this?
This is to the Temple of the Oracle. She has not been answering my calls, or has been getting in touch with me. I'm gonna go ahead of everyone first, but meet me there for your prophecy.
Are you
All
afraid
right.
she's ghosting you?
Yeah, basically. She's like, I'm not sure what that means, but sure.
I'm very specifically using that term.
I know you are. She's like, I don't think she's a ghost. She's a Versi.
Right. Hmm. Okay.
She gives you guys all have access to the map of Thylia now.
Can I do a con check to wake up?
Sure, you could do a con check to wake up. Yeah, you kind of. No.
Astoria, right?
You guys are where the pig bank is. You can have a leader if you want, but currently it's the piggy bank.
Piggy bank works
Piggy
for
bank
me.
is fine. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you're currently right here. You're not in Astoria. You're not in Mitris or anything. You are at the piggy bank. And you guys, the marking is right here for the Oracle.
Okay. What's the scale on this thing?
Do not count the scale at all.
That was for Oracle.
Okay, that's why I'm asking what the
Is
scale
that
is.
I wish I could tell you that this is perfect. This is not perfect at the beginning of the adventure, scale-wise.
Okay.
Later on, I'll be like, yeah, it's actually to scale, but not right now currently. I know it's weird.
Yeah, I was ignoring it.
I thought the map did line up with the grid.
Looks like it does.
Oh, it doesn't line up with like the map drawing, but it's a gridless map, so.
Okay.
Well, this came from like a folded out map, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, this map is not super important currently. It is, but it isn't. So, because this right here. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Delete. Nope, not deleting.
Is that a
Nope.
meteor strike?
There you go.
Is the town gone?
This is only a 2-day travel, even though it is significantly longer than that.
I'm curious. I'm gonna have to measure. It's
You
only
monsters.
25 feet. That's not gonna take long.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's one round.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, at least part of that looks like difficult terrain, though. So I figure probably 2 turns.
All right. Is there anything anyone else wants to do, though? Sorry, I kind of cut to the map.
Nope, just gonna spend the night infusing items.
Since I woke up, I would go back into the bar and find the prettiest person there,
The bartender,
regardless of gender.
Robbie.
Not
How
Robbie.
soon did you wake up?
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know if I'd fraternize inner party.
The bartender would probably be. The bartender would probably actually have the highest charisma. If Robbie's not there, or if you don't want to fraternize with Robbie.
I'd try to make
Or
my
you
move
have a
on the
Birdman
bartender.
up in the bed. You have the
Try to
Birdman.
make my move on the bartender.
Okay.
Nice.
She'll say, "Oh, you are a hero." She kind of has a manly voice, but she has high charisma. You know.
Don't matter.
It's not a voice I'm interested in.
She hands you a free beer. She says, "It's on the house.
Thank you.
Gotten rid of the boars. Taking a thorn out of my side."
Well, I'm potentially hoping to put a thorn back in.
Roll me a creepy guy persuasion check with that one.
I am not persuasive.
Oh my gosh.
She says, "Kyra's already talked about."
I'm also
Kyra-
shit-faced, so...
She's like, "Kyra's." She puts her hand on you. "Kyra's already talked to me about your small spear.
I
Maybe you
mean,
should just."
no, it's It's just the scale. I'm just a big guy compared to small people. It's probably pretty. And then I'm just gonna fall asleep on the bar.
She gets you like a little like blanket. No, you don't know this, but everyone sees like a little blanket and just kind of like rubs your head like you're just like a little child. All right, anyone else do anything before we end the session?
Just working on my epic poem.
Okay, and you did hear me say you got one verse.
Yep.
Got it.
When you say verse, how many?
It's on the character sheet.
Yeah, I just don't
or-
remember how long a verse is. It's like a sentence, or
Yeah, it's like a sentence.
okay.
You can make it more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, didn't know if it was like one of the epic poems where each verse is like a paragraph.
Yeah, you can make it whatever you want to make it.
Yep.
You have a pretty good one though. And that honestly, it's what you guys want to do. So, other than that, the night comes to a close. Everyone leveled up, and the next time, the Temple of the Oracle.
All right.
I just thought of something very, very funny. In D&D lovemaking, since I'm a fighter, am I allowed to action surge?
You are. You are.
Okay. And second win.
And trip attack.
Not yet. That's later.
Oh god.
Bait and switch.
Oh no.
That's...
It's good in orgies. Bait and switch is good in orgies.
Doing her dirty.
God.
Exactly.
All right, Jay, do your little sign off.
Oh boy.
That sucks.
Has that been for the entire session?